I review and look at a lot of different social media profiles. And today I want to give you 4 things that you can immediately do to optimize your social media profile so that you can make more sales. In fact, one of these things that I'm going to share with you, I recommend implementing immediately because it could be actually hurting your sales by confusing your audience and negatively affecting you and maybe your algorithm. So let's dive in. Welcome to the Wired to Crush It show. I'm your host, Tanya Eliza, and I've been in the network marketing profession since 2009. I've been able to build a multiple 7-figure brand and business now, online, on social media, pretty crazy to say. And I say that to say, this stuff works if you implement it. If you like this kind of stuff and you're an entrepreneur or network marketing, make sure you get subscribed because I share my strategies and things that I'm doing in my business every single week, and you don't want to miss out. Okay, so the first thing that you have to do to optimize your social media profile is to take a look at the profile picture that you are using. And I can't even believe that I have to say this still these days because most people should know this by now, but I still look at people's social media profiles and the first thing that I look at is their picture. And then I ask them this question: how does this resonate with the audience that you're trying to attract? Because if you're using social media for business, you are making your social media all about your tribe that you're trying to attract or your target audience that you're trying to attract. It really has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with who it is that you're trying to appeal to. So for example, let's say you are in the fitness, nutrition, health and wellness space, right? And you're trying to attract people that have an interest in health and wellness. You're trying to be that go-to person for that type of information. Well, you obviously want to have a profile picture that matches that congruency with your audience. So if you are in a suit and tie, but you are representing fitness or nutrition or wellness, it's not really going to make a lot of sense to your audience. So don't have that incongruency. You want to have that congruency. So take a look at your profile picture. Make sure it is a picture of you, especially if you are a personal brand, because people do not relate or build relationships very easily or fast with like a logo or like just like a corporate style brand. They build relationships with other people faster and easier. And again, it's social media. So make sure it's a great picture of you that resonates with your audience. The second thing that I see when I review social media accounts is content that is not about their audience. So again, just like your profile picture, you're analyzing like what is most attractive to my tribe and my audience that I'm trying to appeal to. Your content has to be the same. I am guilty of this too, because sometimes we like get in the trap, like, are we using social media for personal? Are we using social media for business? I want to post a picture of like me and my dog having a nice, sunny day by the lake or whatever. And then we have to ask ourselves, well, like, how does this relate or help my audience? Like if you're using social media to attract sales and build relationships with people, you can share personal stuff, but frame it in a way that it's helpful or valuable to your tribe and to your target audience. So don't just post like, look at me style posts, because it really is going to hold no value to the audience that you are trying to attract. So every time before you hit that publish post button, ask yourself, how is this going to be helpful, valuable, educational, entertaining to my tribe, my target audience that I'm trying to attract? Number 3, you want to make sure that people are not confused with their first impression of landing on your social media account. So if they're on Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, doesn't matter, like their first impression when they first land on your profile, do they know exactly if they are in the right place and exactly how you can help them? Most people have a very confusing or floofy or vanilla, like, I help you live your passion, yay, butterflies and rainbows, right? No, like, who specifically is your tribe and how specifically do you help them? Your first impression when somebody lands on your profile is very, very, very important. So when you actually tell people, hey, I help entrepreneurs and network marketers scale their business to 6 and 7 figures using my automated selling and recruiting strategies, that's very specific. So when somebody hits my profile, they know exactly that they're in the right place, it's for them, and they know exactly what they're going to get out of my account by following me or by scrolling my content. So you have to make sure that when people get to your account, do they know this information? Your first impression is very important. The easiest way to do this is to go to your account, or maybe ask a friend of yours to go to your account and say, hey, can you do me a favor? Can you share with me a first impression that you get when you land on my account? Do you know it's for a specific group of people? Do you know specifically what I'm all about and how I can help you? And kind of do a collaboration that way. If you're not hiring a coach, you can just get a friend to help you too. But sometimes we're too close to our own project, our own profile. So ask a friend to help you out. So the fourth tip that I can give you on optimizing your social media profile is make sure that you have one clear and focused CTA that leads to building your list and getting people on your marketing list. Okay, so that is very, very important. If you have too many places where people can go, you will confuse them and they will take no action versus the action that you want them to take. So for example, if you are on Instagram, most people have their link in bio where they can put the link. And what most people do with that link is they link out to like a link tree or something where there's multiple actions for somebody, their viewer, their audience to take. Well, if you give your viewer too many opportunities to go to different places, they will do nothing. They will freeze. If they have too many options in front of them, they take no option, they get confused, and then they bounce, and then it's hurting your sales. It's hurting your brand. So I would highly recommend for you to analyze your social media profiles and ask yourself, what is the most valuable link? If I were to just do one, maybe two, okay, maybe you have two at most, but you want to have a very clear, concise call to action of where you want your viewer, your audience to take action with you. My highest recommendation would be put them on your marketing list, okay? Don't just send them to a sales page without capturing their information so you can follow up with them. Put them on a list. Don't send them to, if they're on Instagram and they're going to your link in bio, don't send them to your YouTube, to your everything else that you have. They're on Instagram, all right? If you're on Instagram, like keep them on Instagram, just get them on your marketing list, put them inside a freebie funnel or a webinar funnel or masterclass funnel and get them on your list. Because if you don't get them on your list, you're going to lose each other in the sea of noise on social media. This is the one thing that I see most people do is they have all these different places and people think like, I'm attached to all these cool things that I have, so I'm going to put them all up there. And then what's happening is it's hurting your sales because people are confused with what option to take and they are not going through the step-by-step funnel flow that you should have set up for them. Like I said, the biggest asset that you can have in your business when I'm doing these social media profile reviews, the biggest asset that you can have in your business is a way for people to get in front of your information that it is that you're selling and get them on an email list, whether it's through a freebie funnel, a webinar funnel, whatever it is, you want people on your list. If you don't have a marketing list, if you don't know how to put one together, or you even want to see how mine is put together inside of my multiple seven-figure brand and business that I have now, and you want to see behind the scenes on my machine that I have a free class that you can actually tune into called my Revenue Multiplier Masterclass. And I pull back the curtains and I show you exactly how the inner workings of my business is set up, how my funnel is set up that converts leads and sales on autopilot every single day and attracts prospects to me that already have an interest in what it is that I'm selling, which are obviously the best, most high quality prospects. And if you'd like access to that training, you can head over to TanyaEliza.com/class. I'll leave a link in the show notes or description area of where you're tuning in. You can click there, you can go get registered for it, and you can see the entire inner workings of how I have this set up in my business. And I promise you, it just flat out works. All right, there you have it. My social media profile tips and tricks for you based on so many reviews that I have done. And those are the most common things, the easiest things that you can fix, that you can tweak to make more sales in your business. If you like this, drop me a comment below. Let me know what you liked most. Share it with anybody else that you think would find value. Grab the free class that I have going on right now, and I'll see you next week on the show. Ciao.